be on 2GB. I'm on your radio straight after 5:30 news each weekday with Clinton Maynard, so let's talk this afternoon.
Oh, the working life. You wake up, you work, you get paid. Repeat. Until one day, you find a whole new rhythm like learning to tango.
Going travelling.
Or spending time with the grandkids. Aware Super helps you find your rhythm of retirement. That's super helpful. Consider if Aware Super is right for you and the PDS and TMD on our website at aware.com.au.
If your home has grotty grout, the grout guy will sort it out. Showers, bathrooms, splashbacks and balconies, they can re-grout it all.
Sydney Now with Clinton Maynard is hitting the road and heading to Mounties this Friday to broadcast live. Come and join 2GB and wrap up the working week in style with Mounties' great atmosphere and fantastic dining and bar options. There'll be special guests, prizes and giveaways on the day. Sydney Now with Clinton Maynard, broadcasting live from Mounties Mount Pritchard, 3 p.m. this Friday on 2GB. Mounties, improving the lives of their members and communities.
Why the repetition? 'Cause Nobby Kitchens are repeating our 50% off cabinet sale. Enjoy Nobby Kitchens' free design consultation and project management. Plus 50% off all cabinets till Monday the 24th of February. Who's got 50% off cabinets right now?
Nobody but Nobby.
Nobby Kitchens, Pymble, Castle Hill, Tarrant Point and Belrose.
Sail to Europe, Hawaii and beyond with Norwegian Cruise Line, where all you need and more is already included. Save up to 50% off all cruises. Plus, get the most out of your holiday with over $3,250 worth of added value, including unlimited premium drinks, specialty dining and more. Contact your travel agent, call 1300-CRUISE or visit ncl.com. Conditions apply. Norwegian Cruise Line.
Discover your dream retirement in the heart of Epping at Levande, the Cambridge. Brand new 2-bedroom apartments are now selling, thoughtfully designed for comfort, style and security, just steps from Epping Station. Our stunning display apartment is now open. With elegant designs, premium finishes and breathtaking views, the Cambridge is retirement living at its finest. Book your private appointment today. Search the Cambridge Epping or call 1800 72 71 70. The Cambridge by Levande.
Living with diabetes? Ditch finger pricks with Freestyle Libre, the wearable sensor that monitors glucose levels straight to your phone. Trial it now for only $15 at freestylelibre.com.au. T's and C's apply. Follow directions for use.
With lightning fast speeds, you won't miss a thing.
ING has become the latest bank to confirm they are passing on the official cash rate reduction from the RBA board in full. So theirs will take effect from the 4th of March. 4 of the big banks and the 4 big banks have passed on that cut as well. 3 of them, it's from February 28 and 1 from the 4th of March as well. But just bear in mind, this takes a long time to move through the economy. And I'm getting more text messages, and thank you for these messages on 0460 873 873. Hi Clinton, has anyone mentioned that self-funded retirees are actually worse off with interest rates going down? And we should consider that's a big part of this decision today as well. Robin says, just because we don't pay a mortgage doesn't mean that we deserve the bare minimum. Now Robin is an age pensioner. She says, on behalf of age pensions, can the Prime Minister please consider us as well? The Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, will join me shortly. 25 to 5, yet another house fire in Sydney, believed to be caused by a rechargeable battery. And tragically, this fire in Guildford, on Rowley Road this morning, just before 5 a.m. it broke out, has resulted in the death of a man. 5 people reported to escape this fire, but a man was found inside and he was treated by paramedics. The paramedics were quite quickly on the scene and he hasn't been formally identified yet. But this is another example, and this is in the early stages of the investigation, but it's another example where it's believed these rechargeable batteries are to blame for a house fire. There's been a significant spike in fires over the last couple of months. I think we're up to about 14 so far this year, and we're only midway through February. And from talking to the Fire and Rescue Commissioner, Jeremy Futrell, a couple of weeks ago on the program about this very issue, one of the problems they're battling is the fact that these batteries that sometimes power electric scooters, electric bikes, are often brought in from Southeast Asia. They're not reputable brands. And then for some crazy reason, some people are deciding to actually make changes to those batteries themselves and then the equipment they power to try to improve their performance. Now, that's not necessarily to say it was the case in this particular house fire, but that's a recipe for disaster.
If it's happening in Sydney, you'll hear it on Sydney Now with Clinton Maynard on 2GB.
Did you see the extraordinary pictures from the Toronto Pearson International Airport this morning after a Delta Airlines plane crashed and flipped its fuselage upside down on the tarmac? 80 passengers and crew were on board that plane, and it is just remarkable that no one was killed. 18 people were injured, but extraordinary that there were no deaths. And to see the sight of that plane, it was a Bombardier CRJ 900. Crashed at about 2:45 local time, and this is all subject to a full investigation. But the reality was that it could have been far worse. It could have been a lot worse than that. Fortunately, those 80 people on board survived, 18 of them injured.
Sydney Now with Clinton Maynard. If it's happening in your city, you'll hear it on Sydney Now, 2GB.
27 to 5. Well, finally the Reserve Bank Board has made a decision to cut interest rates. This is the first reduction in the official cash rate since November of 2020, when we were in the pandemic. The cut is from 4.35% to 4.1%. Now, this is good news for the Prime Minister. He may well be dancing right at the moment. Anthony Albanese joins me. Mr. Prime Minister, you must be happy.
Well, I think that Australians will welcome this news. Millions of them. It's a great relief that Australians need and that they deserve. We know there's more work to do, that people are still under pressure, but that's why my government's focus will continue to be on helping Australians with the cost of living while continuing to make sure that we deal with that inflationary pressure which is there.
But PM, why has it taken this long? In the United States, they started cutting rates, the Federal Reserve, 5 months ago. Even in New Zealand, it was 6 months ago. It's taken a long time for this to come. Why so long?
You do know it's still higher in those.
Yes, it is. They were coming off a higher base as well, yeah.
So inflation peaked higher and earlier than in Australia. And what we haven't had, and you mentioned New Zealand's in a deep recession as we speak, with rising unemployment. They've had inflation that was higher than where it was here, and interest rates that went higher as well. Here, what we've managed to do is we have inflation going down, we have employment being strong, with the lowest unemployment rate on average than any government in the last 50 years. Importantly, wages increasing, and now interest rates falling today. Yes, for the first time, but that is a very welcome statement by the Reserve Bank today.
But Michelle Bullock, the Reserve Bank Governor, she has said at this point she is still not satisfied of where inflation is, that effectively it's still too high. So your government policies are a part of creating that environment for lower inflation. You need to do some more on this, don't you?
We'll continue to work, but headline inflation's at 2.4%. It had 6 in front of it when we were elected. It
was coming off the back of the COVID pandemic, though, PM.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, but we inherited also an anticipated $78 billion deficit, and we turned that into a $22 billion surplus in 1 year, and then followed that up with another